Hi everyone, this is a closer look at the eGo e-cigarette from TomsVapor. The eGo e-cigarette is made up of your refillable cartridge, your atomizer, your refillable battery, and your cone. So let's take a closer look at each of these. First, we have your cartridge. Your cartridge also doubles as your mouthpiece. It's hollow, and if you take a look on the inside or the other end, you can see that it's filled with kind of a white cottony material. And what that material is polyfill. What polyfill does is when you drip your e-liquid into that opening there, the polyfill will soak up your e-liquid into the length of this hollow cartridge, and the polyfill will hold your e-liquid in place, so then when it's attached to your atomizer, it will create the vapor that you want. Here we have your atomizer. If you take a look inside of your atomizer, you can see that there is a wire mesh shape inside of it. That wire mesh shape is called a bridge. Now beneath that bridge is a coil. And when your coil is supplied with electricity from your battery, it heats up, transfers that heat to your bridge, and when your bridge comes in contact with your e-liquid soaked cartridge, it creates the vapor that you want. Now it's important to point out that in this model of an eGo, the atomizer has a wire mesh bridge. Now in an eGo T variety of e-cigarette, there is no wire mesh bridge. Instead, you'll see a hollow spike in the center, not a wire mesh bridge. So it's important to point out the differences between an eGo and an eGo T as far as the atomizer variety and cartridge variety goes, because they differ. So if you're going to replace your atomizers and replace your cartridges, definitely take note of which ones you use. Next we have the battery. This battery is a 5-click, which means if you press it 5 times, it turns on. And you press it 5 times, and it turns off. This is a useful feature. That way if you place it in your pocket or in any other situation where it may just continually fire by having the button pressed down, if you press it 5 times, it'll shut off. And that won't happen. So it'll also save your battery life. And next we have the cone. Now the cone is a neat accessory for the eGo, and I'll show you why. Just let me assemble this here really quickly. I'll put the atomizer onto the battery, and I'll put the cartridge onto the atomizer. Now this is how the cone works. The cone slides over your cartridge and your atomizer down to the threads on your battery. So you just thread the cone onto that end, and it gives your eGo a nice streamlined look. So that is your eGo. Okay, so now that I've shown you a little bit about the eGo, let me show you how to fill the cartridge. And it's as easy as this. You remove your cartridge from your atomizer, like so, and you take your e-liquid and you drip it into that opening that we spoke of earlier that had polyfill in it. So you just put a few drops in there and wait for the polyfill to soak it up, and add a few more. And a good rule of thumb is that if you look at your polyfill in your cartridge and it starts to look wet, like it looks like it's soaking up the e-liquid pretty well, then you can pretty much bet that your cartridge is full. So you just drip the e-liquid into the cartridge, wait, and then take a look at it. If it starts to look like it's soaking it up and it has some moisture to it, then it's full. So then you reattach your cartridge to your atomizer, and you're ready to vape. Okay, so now I've explained what each part of the eGo is, and I've explained what each part of the eGo does, and I've shown you how to refill the cartridge on your eGo. So now let me give you a demonstration of how the eGo works. works really well. As you can see, you get a generous amount of vapor from this device. Now, the eGo over the years has come to be known as the workhorse of the vaping world, and from that demonstration you can see why. It creates great vapor. It's really easy to use and maintain. One feature also is a larger battery. Now, this battery you see right here is a 650 mAh battery, and it charges in about 2 hours or so, but that translates to about 6 to 8 hours of moderate use. So you can see the use of a larger battery definitely extends your vaping time. There's also even larger batteries available. There's 900 mAh batteries, there's 1100 mAh batteries, so you can even extend your use further than that. I would definitely recommend an eGo to somebody who's stepping up from, say, a 510, or even as a starting device, because still, it's very easy to use, it's very easy to maintain. It's portable, it's light, it'll fit in your pocket, it'll travel anywhere. Plus, you also get this cone on here, which also, gives it a nice streamlined look, feels good in the hand, so it works really well. The flavor is great, so definitely, an eGo is definitely a recommended product to have. So this has been a closer look at the eGo. Thanks for watching.